Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I think things are going pretty alright, as long as we don't all die of thirst. So we're working hard on this water thing. Well, like, just look at this base for a second. Oh, I gotta make sure that these all can actually have stuff put in them. Except, not polluted dirt. Yeah, on the whole, I think things are going pretty well. We got the food situation pretty much sorted. The oxygen situation seems to be pretty much sorted. And our stress levels are even really low. Now, people who have played this a lot, is it common to just go up to a few duplicants and then hold off? Oh, hold on. We're pretty close on oxygen. We'll be alright. Because I think this seems like a sane thing to do, but I'm not sure if I'm, like, hurting myself in the long term, but, like, if I might need more hands later. It looks like we're... Well, I guess mop up what remains down here. Let's get as much of this as we can. Does mopping it up... They don't... Yeah, they bottle it. Okay. That's something. Made a mess. Oh, no. Well... He's in the shower. Oh, no, he peed down here. I was going to say he's in the shower. I guess that's not a horrible place to do it. No, he peed everywhere because the restroom was out of order. You know what, to be perfectly honest, we have enough dupes now that we probably need to install a second restroom. Where do I put it, though? So I need at least this much space, right? Because I want there to be a thing for washing themselves as they leave. We could just, I guess, put it in back here. Yeah, I suppose. Listen, we're all scientists here. Nobody has anything you haven't seen before. I could run a proper lavatory instead of an outhouse, but you know what? Since water is our primary concern at the moment, let's go ahead and just do the crummy solution, because I am concerned about our long-term, our medium-term, really, water situation. Okay, so how is stuff going in here? This stuff is, I mean, look, you can see the number of germs going down. Honestly, these have worked pretty quickly. The oxygen is mostly oxygen, not polluted oxygen. It still has germs in it, but much more sensible contamination levels. So, I guess the next thing to do, actually, is to, but you know what? Airlocks are supposed to be two-stage, aren't they? So I was just thinking, if we open this, then polluted oxygen just gets in. There probably should be another door, right? But we want the deodorizers to be on the outside. I guess we could put another door here, but that means that it's not easy for two dupes to leave at the same time. You can move the sink back. Whatever. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. If it becomes a problem, we'll, you know, oxygen scrub. It's a shame I put the computer right here. You know, like, it's a shame I didn't plan this base out at all. Because it would be cool if this extended all the way down, so that people didn't have to take this weird circuitous route. Oh, yes, that build is unreachable. That's true. There's no way down. So what's the story with this plant? Does this plant produce indescribably soft reed fiber for clothing production? Well, I mean, if it's happy where it's growing, just leave it there, I guess. Auto-harvest it will get the ability to make clothes. The clothing machine requires refined metals, so we're working on that. Alright, so we're going to access this large reservoir of polluted water. Actually, you know what? I just decided that I'm doing this slightly incorrectly. I'm going to access this reservoir. Because there's room to build here. We'll build above it. We'll try to figure this out. Somebody's probably going to have to go down into the polluted water. But it's just gross. It's not like... It's not melt your skin off gross. So we're probably fine without hazmat suits. Although we did just finish the research task, actually, so we can refine metals now. Alright, what else is there to research? Better ladders. Better beds. Better tile. Oh, but this stuff's all made of plastic. So we need plastic manufacturing. We haven't even found any oil or anything. I mean, I guess let's learn. Maybe we'll find some while we're out here exploring. So as we get further out, the edges of the darkness are going to push back. I'm really curious about this area down here. I want to get down here. Once we have some kind of polluted water solution figured out, then we can try to use it here too. Although, obviously, this stuff is actually swimming with disease. Is this polluted water? Did somebody pee down here? I guess mop this up. Because in theory, we can turn this area into something now, right? I love the fact that you can actually see when liquid is moving through the pipes, and it's a nice touch. So these dudes just output slime, right? Since there's a way to turn slime into algae, and we use algae in our oxygen machines, that maybe is a thing we could put to some use. It's like with polluted water, how do I... Hold on. How do I tell them to dump polluted water in a particular place? There's a bottle emptier. How does this work? I guess I would put this right here and deconstruct this. And then there's probably a switch I can flip on this thing that tells people what liquids they can use in it. Because we have some polluted water just kind of sitting around the base, and it would be good for all of us if that was not the case. Also, our primary reservoir from which all of the water for the plumbing system is pumped is starting to become an issue. Oh, you know what? I guess the exosuits would make this faster because they can't actually breathe in the shaft here. So they get to run out and build ladders and mine for as long as they can hold their breath right now. Well, let's, yeah, there we go. Polluted water. Okay. So now they'll run down here and put polluted water in this thing. Okay, cool. So we've got a way of dealing with that. I kind of wonder if I should set up a thing. You know what? I'm going to. Let's also set up a bottle emptier for non-polluted water here. And hopefully that will actually compel them to... Still not sure why they're not. There's meal lice. It's right here. There's a sweep task assigned to it. Hey. Hey. You didn't use the sink. I saw that. How are we doing on germs? Because if they're not using the sink, that makes me concerned. Yeah. People are kind of germy. People are kind of gross. Okay. They're mostly using the sink. Not always, though. I mean, maybe they only use it if they have a certain... if they're above a certain concentration of germs. They automatically save water. That could be a thing. I'm not sure that it is, but it could be. Okay. Non-polluted water only, please. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to build a pump down here. Alright, so let's look at metal refinement. Produces refined metals from raw ore. Outputs significantly heated liquid. I'm not sure what to do with a bunch of slag. I guess we could remove this. We could make this the heated liquid repository, basically. I guess there's no reason not to deconstruct this. This doesn't need to be here anymore. Okay, so this thing is huge. Energy from the left outlet is used by the right outlet. Okay. Hold on, let's put this somewhere else. I'm going to deconstruct that. Oh no, don't deconstruct that pipe. That pipe is probably important. I don't know what part of our plumbing system that is, but there definitely ought to be pipes there if there were pipes there. Okay. I guess I'll just put tile back in. I don't know what we'll do. I'm trying to figure out, where do I want to refine metals? I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to think ahead. In case of something horrible happening, I don't want there to be an accident where molten liquid cascades through the base, so it should probably be below stuff. I mean, over here, I guess? That's some chlorine gas. I'm just looking for space to carve out. This could be, I don't know, this could be something. I'm actually going to, there's a lot of carbon dioxide down there, so I'm actually going to just drop some algae terrariums down here for now. Those can help correct the gas balance inside the base. This is... Could somebody please... Now that there's two outhouses, do they only empty them when both of them are busted, or what's up? I'm just going to make this, like, a slightly higher than normal priority. Both of these. Okay. This is something to care about. Okay, so... Yeah, wow, the germ concentration in here has really gone down. It is unfortunately still classed as very toxic. It's pretty weird that they build one space of ladder and they're like, let me run back and grab some sandstone. They're not even running back to breathe or anything. The breathability is an issue, but they apparently can hold their lungs long enough. It's just they only want to build one space of a thing at a time. Very strange. Okay. So I'm getting distracted. We could just set it out here. This is the toxic area. We just put all the toxic stuff in it. Hold on. We'll get back to metal refinement in a second here. What we need now is to figure this out. So, I need... It's not ventilation. Sorts liquids out of a pipe. We definitely researched a thing. This game is probably a lot easier if you play it in long stretches, rather than, So we've got all this thermal stuff. Okay, the water sieve is considered refinement. That's fair. We refine the polluted water. So it produces clean water from polluted water using sand, but reduces polluted dirt. Produces polluted dirt. So we just put it out here. I bet it has to be powered. Right, so if I just built some tile... Let's get this actually out here so that I can examine it. They're delivering all of the stuff, but then not actually going on to build the thing for some reason. So we're probably going to need to put my guess is we need to put a liquid pump down here, which is going to be a gross job for somebody. And then we're going to pump the water up to the sieve. We're going to filter it, and then pump it out to... I don't even know where. We could just put it directly into the plumbing system by running pipes up to the sink? We could run the pipes out through here, not run them directly into the sink, but just feed it into the clean water system. But I don't know if there's a chance of mishap. Like, can the machine break down? It would be real bad if we started pumping polluted water into the plumbing by accident. I haven't had a lot of experience with things going, like, tremendously wrong. So I don't know if that really is something that happens. But I'd like to be prepared for it at least. I would like for it not to be the case that everybody in my colony gets horrible infections from drinking gross pee water. Ooh. That's gross. That's gross. So we're seeing more of these like pre-built areas. I'm very curious about these. What is the story with these, and how did they get here? Yeah, just sit down for a meal out here in the polluted zone. Would you hurry up and build? I think this behavior is a little bit less noticeable under normal conditions because they don't have very far to run around. But man, they sure do get distracted easily. Why don't we communicate that this stuff is somewhat important? I really want this thing built. You can only get so much information from the blueprint. I want to see a finished one of these in the world. Okay, so it does have to be powered. I mean, I figured. How are we going to run power to this thing? And there's no particular reason the sieve has to be in here, right? I guess. The sieve could be over here in the normal base. But in any case, we have to have a liquid pump in the polluted water. And that has to be powered. So we're not really avoiding a problem by moving the sieve inside. So, unfortunately, sorry guys, extra hazard pay to whoever has to do this nonsense. We are going to have to, we're going to have to do this thing. Okay. I guess, hold on. I'm going to cancel these. I was like, I really want to place that last tile, but I don't need to place that last tile. And I certainly don't need to dig through a bunch of infected material to make it happen, because I'm not really sure how this will work with this stuff being all infected. Do we put it in the... Yeah, we do. There's just straight up a bunch of slime lung in some of our storage containers. Well, that seems bad. I mean, I guess we have hygiene facilities, we have a doctor's bed. If people get infected, we can deal with it. So, everything's in place, we gotta run the power. We can just run the power up through the tiles, down the ladders. I guess that's the way to do it. I'm like trying to think, if I was gonna run the power straight through the wall here, why would I not have just built, like the whole reason I built things like this was so if there is some kind of gas catastrophe out here in the exclusion zone, it doesn't kill everyone in the base. Maybe this is an unnecessary level of separation. But, ooh, we have other generators now. So we could, there are definitely areas where there's just a huge amount of hydrogen gas. We could definitely just build a hydrogen generator and run it out there. For now, let's keep focusing on the thing at hand. You know what? I'm pretty sure we can't run the wires through dirt. I'm just going to have them tile these. It's less important that the wires be hidden in stuff out here due to the fact that, you know, the duplicants out here probably are not... They don't have to stay out here very long. They're not primarily concerned about decor. But it's just good practice. This area might become livable eventually. If we disinfect it enough. We've got like dudes out here with disinfectant lotion non-stop rubbing it on the walls and stuff. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, yeah, the tile below it is not. Okay, and then once we have that, we gotta install the plumbing. So, this thing outputs infected water to here. And then this thing outputs clean water. And for now, I'm going to assume that it's safe to pump this straight into the clean water system, because I don't know any better. So I'm going to connect this... Hold on. How do I... Wait. How does this work? Because if I connect this to here, the water's only going to be drawn by the sink, right? If I want it to go into the reservoir in general, into the system in general, it has to be connected in a different way. Because I can't run water from this pipe to the shower, right? If I connect it up to here, I guess if when this fails, it will work that way, won't it? Because there won't be water in the pipes here anymore. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna pipe this directly into the existing plumbing system, and I think that will work. Okay, yeah, I think that will work. I'm pretty sure I figured this out right. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is good, though. Okay, so if that works, then we can run pipes from any other water reservoir to the sieve, or we could recreate this solution. I mean, it doesn't seem like the raw materials are really an issue. We can just build more sieves and stuff in various places. Alright, let's, in addition... I mean, I guess we don't need to have anybody over here anymore, right? Like, once this stuff is in place... I was gonna say we could start fixing the oxygen problems out here, but maybe this can just be a place where it sucks to go. And, you know, we generally don't have to. I guess people are gonna have to deliver sand to this thing at least some of the time. Okay. Is it... It's not going. Oh, there's not enough sand. Oh. It's happening. Plumbing overlay. Where are you? Yeah, look at that. Gross water in, clean water out. And now we're... Yeah, man. Awesome. Okay. That's another big reservoir. And now that we understand how these machines work, like I said, we can take advantage of a lot of this stuff. Process of discovery is like the most fun thing about these games for me. So it's pretty breathable up here. It's like relatively breathable. I'm gonna install some more deodorizers. And honestly, a single algae. Let's just put a couple algae terrariums down here. You know, they'll work on it. We don't want this area to necessarily be completely unbreathable. This is probably a bad solution. There's probably a more efficient way to do this. There we go. But yeah, I want this area to be breathable a little bit because duplicants are occasionally going to have to run out here. Here's a question. Is there a good way to just... I mean, I could just run a pump, I guess. If I was going to run a pump, though... First I was considering... I keep expressing half of an idea. First I was considering, is there any way to just run this water down to here? We could, like, dig this out and just let a bunch of the water fall through. But then I thought, we could just run a pump and pump the water down to here. But if we run a pump, we're going to pump it into the sieve. So how do I... It is no longer the case that they have to run on infected surfaces, but they still have to... They still have to be near infected stuff while they're climbing. Is there a way to deal with that, or... You know, I'd really like to get this gold, actually. I'm very... Alright, let's pump this water out. Let's figure this out. So, if I did just dig this out... Right, like, let's say I do that. And then run a ladder up to here. Somebody is going to get the worst shower of their lives. But it will cause most of the polluted water to drain out. And then... God, can you imagine the guy who digs through the last... We should have drones for this. Yeah, somebody's going to have a real bad day in a second here. But this will drain most of the water out of the area. We can mop the rest manually. And then we can mine out all of this gold amalgam. And then we have gold. What do we do with it? I don't even know. But we'll have it. We should also just keep researching. At this point, healthcare and stuff. Because some people might get sick. That could happen. That guy just, he just pooped directly onto the floor. I saw that. Ashkan. Gross. The polluted dirt thing is still pretty not full. It probably was not a good idea to have the polluted dirt storage compactor just be in the middle of a bunch of other storage compactors. Okay, so this reservoir is about to run out. But we have a new one. There are places where food is decaying. Okay, is there a way to tell them that, always picking stuff up in this area is important? I guess we don't have any refrigeration. So maybe this stuff, when picked up, would just go to waste anyway? It's super weird that they harvest it and just leave it on the ground. They're not putting anything in the ration box. Oh. Yes, all food types can go in here. I didn't realize our ration box was set to be very specific at first. Yeah, okay. Meal lice can be stored in the ration box. Well, that answers why they weren't cleaning up the meal lice. I kind of can't believe that that was ever an issue. Wow, that thing is filling up quickly. I could install another one. It's probably in food, right? Yeah. Why is it all polluted over here? Okay, cancel. We're going to go ahead and put a ration box at the other side of the farming area. It's another convenient drop-off point. And then I guess I'm going to put a deodorizer over here. This rock is not polluted. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, I want to dig into this extremely cold area down here. I'm pretty curious about this. It's weird that it's down here and it's just way colder than everything around it. This is a scientific curiosity. I can see somebody pulled the short straw. It has begun. It would be cool for me if this got done, though. Could you please? Alright, I feel like we got a lot of very rudimentary solutions here. A base that's sort of very cobbled together, and it's totally working. Kind of. It's totally, mostly working. Should I replace... This is bumming me out. This wall, not having a good separation. Just replace it with tile. Okay. Well, time to mop up the remains of the water down here. Why is this gas so toxic? Why is there so much extremely toxic gas in my base? Do these things output pollution, maybe? I don't know. Alright, well, we've solved the meal lice decaying on the ground problem. Building lacks resources. As soon as I clicked on it, it just went away. Where are we? What are we at here? We have lots of algae. We have lots of filtration medium. Alright, hold up. Insufficient resources, water. Crucial materials for this building are beyond reach or unavailable. Can they not run the pump here? It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the water. Maybe it's just, maybe this pump can't reach very much water anymore. Well, you know what? Maybe we need to, maybe we need to be running plumbing from the external reservoirs into an internal reservoir for the purpose of it being bottled later. Because, yeah, actually, once we run out of pumpable water, it's going to be trouble for people to just run around and handle this. Okay, we also, like, you know, this is a finite amount of water. We are, finite. All water is finite in this game, I believe. This is a small amount of water, is the greater concern. Well, we can start digging around. We're going to have to pump a lot of little individual pools of water. We really need to just find another big reservoir. Unfortunately, everything is toxic in every direction, it seems like. So it's going to be slow going. Well, maybe the next area we should dig down to is down here. I don't know what's up with this abyssalite. This is weird stuff. But we're going to have actual refined metal, because we're going to need exosuits before we go down too far, because there are pockets of bleach and chlorine just like all over the place. This stuff is mostly just dirty. That room has a vacuum in it. That'll be fine. It shouldn't be an issue. Well, like I said, this is the general direction we're headed in. We can dig through here. There's a bunch of sand. Okay. So, first thing. I'm going to have them deconstruct this and also all of this tile. This is high priority. We're just going to rebuild this room in a slightly different way. Because we do need the pitcher pump to actually go down to the bottom of the water. Okay. We also, that being the case, need to maybe make this a little bit more normal in shape. Alright, stuck. Can you dig yourself down to the bottom of this water? And then just dig yourself out. No, he will not do it, in fact. Well, could somebody please come and help him? He's starting to have problems with breathing. Does he have materials on him? Is he carrying anything? Because, I mean, we can assign a ladder to be built like this, but yeah, he doesn't have anything on him. He can't do it himself. This is actually the highest priority. This is a bona fide emergency. Guys, help. Help. Okay. Alright, buddy. Oh, no. He refused to climb down the ladder into the water. I guess the problem he was having was that he wasn't breathing, so I could see why he would not be eager to submerge himself, but I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that happened. Well, was Ari our artist? Does it say who it was painted by? I think he might have been the artist. Well, I guess it's time for our first tasteful memorial. To be perfectly honest, I'm very pleased with myself for having made it this far with that one. Where are those? Okay, apparently it's medicine. This can be this can be the place where we do that. We'll bury him in the algae. He loved algae. As did we all. Well, that's very sad. Can this please, can we please do this? Can we not leave his corpse rotting in the water? That actually is probably a real problem, huh? I don't know how to instruct them to interact with the corpse. So yeah, he was the artist. Well, I hate to be mercenary about it, but we probably ought to hire a new artist. Probably ought to get a new guy in here who can do a little bit of art. In fact, all of these duplicants have 0 creativity. I reject them all. Bring me a new crop. Somebody who can draw. Drawing is crucial for space colonies. I feel really bad about this. I can't believe that they couldn't... This is like... I can't believe they couldn't fix him fast enough. Fix the problem fast enough, I should say. Could you guys just stop running down here for water and just build the damn tiles? Alright, so once this is up, they'll automatically... Okay, there we go. Now we can... The air down here is not so good. We could solve that. Algae terrariums everywhere. Right, we could just use... we could just use oxygen pumps, but I'm concerned that... the algae deoxidizers... I'm concerned that they don't always run. You know, if there's too much carbon dioxide down here, the algae terrariums are the only solution that we have access to as far as I'm aware. Rip Ari. Decorum minus 13.5. Well, at least... Not to be terrible, but at least we got him out of the water supply before he, you know, made it all horribly disgusting. Just looking around here. Yeah, a big benefit of going down to this cold area is that it will cause the fog to push back significantly in this direction, and we'll get to see a lot of new stuff. Hold up. What is going on with everybody's stress levels? Oh, morning. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Oh, I didn't really think about how much water that was. That's bad. That's too much water. Can I just run a... Like, what happens if I just run a water vent? Right, isn't there's a way I can just... this is the power thing, why am I... What happens if I just run a liquid vent right here? It's like, what if when there's no need for water to go through the pipes, it just outputs... Will this work? Will it cause it to... Will this cause this thing to just be constantly pumping? Let's have a look. Let's watch the plumbing overlay. We are learning how the plumbing systems work. Oh, I do have to get... This does have to get done. I know you guys all have a lot of jobs to do. Can we please make this happen? Okay, yeah, so it'll make the clean water run out constantly. Okay, good. So now we are constantly pumping the dirty water out. And it's getting to the places it needs to be, but it's also going to refill this reservoir where I guess this is bad. I've got the hold on. I've got this pump now. We just have to deconstruct this pump. This pump will run all of the water from here back out of there infinitely. Let's deconstruct this pump. We don't need this anymore. Right, because right now, clean water, we can draw all of our water needs from here. Although I guess that won't always be true. Can I... hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Did they really... They deconstructed the pipe, but not the... Hold on, let me turn off this overlay. Yeah, they deconstructed the pipe, but not the thing. I guess... Actually, what I want to do... I'm going to rebuild that pipe. I'm being silly. I don't need to get rid of the thing. I just need to turn it off. Disable building. Okay, somebody come switch this thing off. We do still want this here. It could be relevant later. Just turn it off. Okay. Just turn it off so it's not constantly pumping the water from the reservoir back through the pipe. Okay. Yeah, and then once there's no longer water for this to pull, then we can switch this back on and have this be the source. We probably this might be a good thing for us to automate. I don't think we're researching anything right now. Let's grab home luxuries. No, let's grab all of the automation tech. This is a thing where logic could actually be useful, right? If there's water come, I don't know how we set up the logic gate. It may be that these things being so far apart will make it awkward, but this is absolutely a good task for automation. Something I was just thinking, man, we're gonna have to like actually watch that. What are you doing? Oh, somebody has to deliver sand to this thing periodically. Okay, we have people using the massage table. They're mourning, they're grimy, but at least they're getting repeatedly karate chopped by a robot in space. I can't imagine anything better. Yeah, okay, this is kind of a functional system. It's not totally ideal, but nothing about this is totally ideal. So I do want to finish dealing with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig out these tiles. That'll cause most of the water to flow down. These algae terrariums are filthy, nobody touch them. Then we'll mop the remaining water once there's no longer full spaces of water. And then we can just mine all this stuff out and have a lot of gold. And then we will, I don't know, smelt the gold with our metal refinery that I have yet to start building. That'll be next episode. This episode was the polluted water episode. Next episode can be the metal refinery episode. Wait, what is going on in the plumbing is doing something weird. Okay, it looks like there was... Yeah, sometimes the water gets down here and then goes back up? What's that about? Alright, so every time somebody uses the sink, it causes a loss of water pressure in the rest of the base. I guess that's a flaw. Whatever, we'll be fine. Once this starts filling up more, we can implement a similar thing over here. I'm not sure, with this water being both polluted and specifically diseased with food poisoning, we probably don't want people washing their hands with it and their entire bodies. But I'm not really sure how to deal with that. We have filtration stuff. I'm sure we can. I just don't know how. Can this please... I mean, I guess we can mine all of this stuff out. This is a higher than completely neutral priority. Honestly, it seems like we have too many people with too many things to do right now, because there's a lot of stuff is not getting done. But I think part of it is that everybody's stress levels are super high because of the mourning, because I did a bad job and allowed a guy to suffocate. It's crazy, though, to me, that he can't just jump off of the thing. I know that, you know, they like to only fall 2 squares. But there was water beneath him. He could have just jumped off of that and come over to the ladder. Basically what I'm saying is, I take no responsibility. It's his fault he died. And I'm sure everybody will be very susceptible to that reasoning. Everybody will forgive me, I'm sure. So let's get this stuff mopped up, and then once this is clear, then we get all of the gold. I bet if you use gold for art or something, I don't know what the properties of gold are, but it's probably really cool. Can we see this? It is suitable for building power systems. It has low hardness, plus 10% to core. Okay. Gold and mercury. Interesting. Probably people who actually know stuff about, you know, I don't know, metallurgy. They see that, they go, gold mercury amalgam. That actually means something to me. I'm not one of those people. I don't know what the hell. I don't know why that would be cool, but I bet it's a thing that's cool. If you're a metallurgist, down in the comments, please explain to me why this is cool. So we're not actually going to be able to directly mine all of this stuff. We're going to have to install some ladders and stuff, but I just want to mark it all. What else is here? We have sedimentary rock. I mean, I guess we can dig this stuff out too. There's no reason not to. I just don't want to. I don't want to dig out too much of the infected slime. Although this stuff, no, in the dig thing, it doesn't actually show me when things are covered in horrible slime lung. We're gonna need ore scrubbers, right? That's a thing. I know that's a thing. How does this work? I guess I take the ore and put it into the scrubber, rather than having it just run up against the stuff while it's still in the walls, probably. Okay, well, we're pumping as hard as we can. Hopefully the tile will be above the level of the polluted water soon. But I think for the moment, oh no. Stress vomiting. Why are you stress vomiting directly into the reservoir, Ren? Oh no. Well, crap. Can we turn this off? Please don't use this for a while until I figure this out. Why do you have to do it here? Man. Okay, listen. This is where we're going to have to call it for today. I'm out of time, but come back next time, tomorrow. Hold on. Let me start this whole thing over. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that nobody was too bummed out by the death of Ari. I hope you guys are all enjoying the series as things are slowly spiraling out of control. Come back next time. We're going to figure out how to clean vomit out of a reservoir, and then how to refine metals. And we'll see you then.